So far, this series has been all about the long ball. Friday night, Barry Bonds blasted number 648 into McCovey Cove as the Giants rolled in Game 1. Yesterday, Jim Thome led the charge in a Philly comeback, and local boy Pat Burrell provided a 1-2 punch as the Phillies took Game 2. Today, it's the rubber match of this three-game series. Giants, Phillies, coming up next. We're at Pac-Bell Park, another sellout and another gorgeous day, as this is the final game of this three-game series between the Phillies and the Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Duane Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, bad news for the Giants this morning. Felipe Alou scratched Jason Schmidt from his start. He's got some tendonitis in his right forearm. And, well, let's just say the good news is the Giants will start another rookie pitcher, and it'll be Kevin Correa.
Well, Kevin Correa is another rookie that the Giants have thrown out there. He joins Jesse Foppert, Jerome Williams, and you can expect just about the same thing because Kevin Correa comes with some credentials. He's got a very good fastball, lots of movement. He'll break bats, he'll throw ground balls, but his slider is lights out. So maybe a little bit nervous, but if he's like the other rookies this year, he should do just fine.
All right, the Giants will either go 3-3 on this homestand, or they'll do better than that with a win today. All right, let's check in with Glenn Kuiper.
Thanks a lot, Duane. So with Kevin Correa taking the mound today, the Giants were forced to make a couple roster moves before today. Obviously, Correa has been called up from AAA Fresno, and Chad Zerbe has been activated from the disabled list. Going on the disabled list for the Giants, right-handed relief pitcher Felix Rodriguez and outfielder Marvin Bernard. So Correa and Zerbe are in, Rodriguez and Bernard are out, and the Giants will carry 12 pitchers for the time being. So it will be rookie right-hander Kevin Correa trying to shut down the Philadelphia Phillies. Another sellout crowd is expected for the rubber game of the series. Giants, Phillies coming up next on Fox Sports Net.
Is brought to you by Comcast, proud to be the Bay Area's new cable company. Call 1-800-COMCAST for cable TV and high-speed internet service. By Aflac, ask about it at work. By your local Bay Area Mercedes-Benz dealers, who remind you that's life here. We're part of it. By Pennzoil, give your engine what it wants, not just oil, Pennzoil. And by McDonald's, double time it in for a delicious double cheeseburger, the newest addition to our dollar menu, only at McDonald's.
Here at the ballpark, it's Keebler Trading Card Day. Keebler Cookies sponsoring the trading cards, and it is a good stack of cards. So we've got a beautiful day for baseball. Another sellout here at Pac-Bell Park. And this will be the final game of this three-game series with the Phillies and the final game of this homestand. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. Larry Bowa will go like this. Marlon Byrd, followed by Polanco, then Abreu. Jim Thome, the big fella. And yesterday he had a long one to straightaway center field. Lieberthal, Burrell, and Rollins. And running it out will be Tomas Perez and the pitcher, Brett Myers.
Let's take a look at the scout report brought to you by your Northern California Toyota dealers on Kevin Correa, a 23-year-old right-hander, 6'3", 200-pounder out of San Diego. This time last year, he's pitching in Salem Kaiser, rookie league, out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Fastball with good sink. He's got a great slider, and he'll use a split. That is his changeup, and he has to be aggressive early in the count. Go at the hitters. That's what he was told by his pitching coach, Dave Righetti.
71 degrees. First pitch at 106. 1-0 to Marlon Byrd. So Correa throws a ball, and right now, say this, Larry Vanover is not giving the kid any close pitches.
Well, it's 2-0, and either one of those pitches could have been called a strike. See how he handles it.
And he comes right in with a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You can imagine your first start in the big leagues, and there's a lot of extra juice flowing through your bodies. You don't need to have another obstacle like a tight strike zone from an umpire.
Byrd hitting .296, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Good sink on that last fastball. I mean, that's excellent movement. That's the one thing the Giants really like about this guy, is he has movement.
Pulled foul. Came back with another fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just a nice, easy arm delivery, and he humped it up there at 94 miles per hour. Still haven't seen the slider, which is really a good biter. It's his strikeout pitch. His last outing against Portland, he went 8 strong innings, didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 8.
out of play.
Earlier in the season against Iowa, again at the AAA level, he struck out 10 in 6 innings. So he's got stuff. It's a matter today of how he's able to keep himself composed and utilize that stuff.
2-2 pitch. Cannon dribbled foul again. He did pitch an inning and a third in Colorado. And other than the fact that he got 4 outs, as far as I'm concerned, nothing else counts.
In Colorado, that's exactly right. Don't even put it on your ERA.
On the ground, off his fist, Napi Perez, a tough play. He's going to have to hurry. Got him.
It's the big leagues right there, kid. Great defensive play by Napi Perez. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense. It's a McDonald's defense, and it looks like this. It'll be Bonds, Grissom, and Cruz in the outfield with Feliz, Perez, Alfonso at second base, making his first start of the year. JT Snover at first, who ranks 5th among all National League first basemen in fielding percentage, and Yorvit Torrealba doing the catching. A nice play on the run. Quick, not even close pick from Napi Perez.
Here's Polanco. Interesting about Perez, Mike, and the way he made that play. He comes charging in and he throws over top.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Usually wherever you field it and you make the exchange, that's where you're going to throw it from. Feliz to his left, and that'll be 2 out.
Now, Correa's right. You're going to see a lot of ground balls. Correa has a lot of movement, a lot of sink, as we mentioned. He'll break bats and he'll put a lot of good balls on the ground. And this is what you count on. The Giants, who have been so outstanding, picking it all year long, come into this game, and they are ranked 2nd in the National League in defense. The Mercedes-Benz keys to the game, comfort zone early, and that will relax Kevin Correa and keep the ball in the yard. Yesterday, that's what beat him. A couple off the bat of Pat Burrell. Keep the big boys in the yard, and lots of 4-3s. Let's break in Edgardo Alfonso at second base.
Yeah, let's hit him some ground balls today. This guy might. Bobby Abreu. First pitch strike at the knee. 1 for 8 in the series. He might put a little asterisk behind one of those outs. He hit one to 421 that Cruz caught in the air.
He also got robbed twice yesterday by JT Snow and once by
inside.
Once by Napi Perez, who was playing second base yesterday. So I think Abreu's got to feel like there's a few hits out there that he's owed.
2 balls and a strike. Jim Thome to follow. Low, 3-1.
There's his changeup.
Three and 1. Abreu trying to get aboard, and he will take a pitch inside. And that'll bring up Thome.
Jim Thome yesterday hit a home run, his 28th of the year, out to dead center. It hit the top of the snack stand out there in center field. And talking about the home run today, I said, "Did you get all that?" He goes, "No, I didn't." Kind of got out on the end of the bat, and that's scary when you consider where it wound up. But he has that kind of power.
Here's the pitch to Thome, and it's high. .28 on the year, 84 RBI. On first is Bobby Abreu, 14 steals. Snow holding him on, and Thome ropes one. That's a base hit into center field. Abreu goes to second, and the hitter is going to be Mike Lieberthal.
The hardest thing for a young guy going out there for the first time is that he oftentimes can lose his focus to the glove, and he could pick up the hitter in the box because you're playing against guys that you watched on TV and you're doing it for the first time, and it's a little weird. You really have to remind yourself to stay focused to your target. Keep your eyes on the target. Throw right through it. Never take your eyes off of the target.
Here's Lieberthal. Swing and a foul into the glove of Torrealba. And it's 0-1.
That's a good slider. That's a good, tight little slider, and he located it perfectly in the outside corner. Lieberthal likes that first pitch fastball. They stayed away from his tendency. Got him to swing through a little breaking ball in the outside corner. Good pitch. He's throwing loose and easy. I mean, he doesn't look stiff at all. Guys that are tight, they finish up upright. He's got good follow through on his motion.
Throws him another one, and it's 0-2. Lieberthal did not play yesterday. It was Todd Pratt who did the catching.
Another good snapper going right down the dirt. Now Torrealba has a decision to make. Do you go inside with a fastball above the hands, or do you stay back outside with another breaking ball in the dirt? He shook his head, wanted Correa to shake his head.
Another breaking ball, 1-2. If Torrealba had caught Correa a lot, it might be that he'd be more comfortable calling, let's say, a fastball in off the plate.
Well, I know Lieberthal's got a good middle and bat, good fastball hitter. Tough to jam. If you're going to go inside, it's going to have to be something that falls off the plate in. That sinker down and in.
Look out. That was in on the inside corner, and he hammered it foul.
4 pitches in this bat. They've all been breaking balls, and Lieberthal's starting to get a purchase of that break. That ball hung up in the strike zone. They set up outside. This thing just floated right out there in the kill zone, and that's a hanger. And in RBI situations, the guys who hit in the 3, 4, 5 spots, you can't make those mistakes. He got away with one there.
1-2. That's a flare. Snow is going to get there and make the catch, and Correa is going to walk off the mound, stranding a pair. Giants coming up. It's 0-0. Bridge right outside of Pac Bell Park. It's 0-0. Giants coming up, and this is Felipe Alou's lineup. Cruz to lead it off, followed by Snow. Then it's Marquise Grissom, and of course the big fella. Yesterday, 2 for 3, a couple of doubles. Alfonso, Perez, and Feliz, and then it'll be Torrealba and Correa.
Here's the scout report brought to you by your Northern California Toyota dealers on Brett Myers, a big fella, 6'4", 215. He's 22 years old, basically a 2-pitch pitcher with a fastball curve combination, but they are outstanding pitches. Fastball, he can sink, he can cut, it'll go 90 to 94 miles per hour, and the curveball is a good one. He's got a changeup he'll use occasionally, but basically you're going to see the fastball curve combo. And when he gets you into a 2-strike hole, look out, because he is going to drop that big old hook on you. And it is, it's as good as there is.
Here's the 1-1 to Cruz. Cruz lifts one into left center field. Lots of room for Bird to move around. Now in the gap, he'll make the catch.
Let's take a look at the McDonald's defense that is behind Brett Myers. Out in the outfield will be Burrell, Bird, and Abreu, with Perez, Rollins, Polanco, and Thome in the infield. Thome, 998% fielding percentage. That leads the National League. In the first baseman category, Michael Lieberthal will be doing the catching, last year's comeback player of the year.
There's JT Snow. JT Snow hitting .270. Yesterday, Snow went 0 for 5. Came in the game late on Friday and went 1 for 2. Fouls it back as he took a hack at a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Good defense yesterday by JT. Actually, JT Snow is out there. He's going to play great defense every day. That was the play that beat Abreu, or Hermanson beat Abreu to the bag. 2-1.
I love to listen to the old timers talk about JT Snow after they watch him in a series play first base.
Look out. Foul.
You know, I'm not talking about old-time first baseman either. I'm not just talking about old-time big leaguers, the guys who have been watching the good ones come through and play that position for years and years, and they all say the same thing about JT Snow. He has just real graceful footwork, very solid, very balanced fielder with tremendous hands and a good arm.
And that's the curveball Mike was talking about. And he threw it with 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Let's take a look at our Chevron High Performance Spotlight. It's Brett Myers, who has the longest current win streak in the National League. He has won 6 in a row. He has not lost in 10 straight starts. Mike Hampton, Randolph Sullivan, all with 6 current win streaks, wins on a win streak.
Grissom pops it up. You get out in front of a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and Burrell doesn't see it. And it's going to fall, and this is going to be a double for Marquise Grissom. That'll be a double. So Bonds will probably be walked again.
Well, the Sun Field at Packville Park is left field. In Candlestick, it was right field. But for left fielders not used to the sun, it is very, very much a handicap. And Pat Burrell gets after it. Even with the sunglasses down, he's got no clue where it is. And he wasn't close. And that's what they're looking at right there.
So Bonds will take the walk. Bonds has spent a lot of time taking walks in this series. There's a Barry Bonds baseball card, and the pack that was handed out today. The Barry Bonds home run tracker brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. 648. And on the back of the card, it gives you everything you'd want to know about Barry Bonds. Acquired December 8th, 1992. That was a good day for the Giants.
Yes, it was.
Here's Alfonso, 3 for 5 lifetime against Myers. And a strike on the outside corner. Bonds was walked intentionally twice on Friday night. And once yesterday. He did end up walking twice. So Bonds has taken the walk a bunch of times in this series, and that pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Edgardo Alfonso, 2 for 4 yesterday. Knocked in a run. Maybe Perez to follow. Breaking ball pulled foul on the ground, and it's 1-2. So Myers coming in with a good record and an ERA under 4.
Good record, a lot of confidence.
One and 2. Alfonso now asks for time. Grissom at second, Bonds at first. And Alfonso was not tricked by that 93-mile-an-hour fastball at all. That ball shot right back below us.
Try to come inside above the hands, and for a good middle and hitter, and you better get something on it, especially the guy who's seen the ball well. Fouled it straight back, right on it.
1 and 2. And fouled at the plate, and I think that got the umpire, and we're waiting for a call, and now Larry Vanover makes the call. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened, if Vanover was stung by the ball and then made the late call. 1 inning, no score.
Incredible year for Pat Burrell, hitting just .202 with 16 home runs, but 2 of those home runs came in yesterday's game. Our Bank of America higher standard shows us those 2 home runs. 8th inning of Jason Christensen, that tied the game at 5, and then in the 10th inning, a 2-run shot of Jim Brower, that was the game winner. And in our GMC professional grade today, we will keep a close eye on the at-bats of Pat Burrell, and he takes strike one from Kevin Correa. Guys.
All right, thanks, Glenn. 2 home runs yesterday. 0-1. Look out. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, it'll be Jimmy Rollins and then Tomas Perez. Both teams stranding 2 in the first. Up the middle, right at Correa.
Boy, jam sandwich. Nice explosive movement in on the hands of the big left fielder. And this was basically the same pitch that ended the inning last inning against Lieberthal. So Correa's fastball just eating up the right-handers right now. This was the strikeout that ended the inning. Look at the face on Vanover, the umpire. That ball was a fastball that Mike Lieberthal didn't even touch.
Strike to Rollins at the knees, and it's 0-1. Consequently, the delayed call by Vanover. Let me figure out where I'm at, and then I'll make the call. Another strike, 0-2.
Correa's got great movement on that fastball, and he is throwing loosey goosey, free and easy right now.
One and 2. You just joined us. Jason Schmidt was scratched. Decision made that Kevin Correa would make the start, and that is fouled at the plate. Some tendonitis in the forearm for Schmidt, and here's the motion for Correa.
Pretty compact movement to get into the tuck position. Gathers nicely, hides the ball well. A little carry over towards the first base line. Not in great position after he throws the ball. He definitely gets everything on his backside into the pitch. He does not lack for drive, which explains the good velocity he has on the fastball. Fastest way to get through that minor leagues as a pitcher is with a sinker, and you can see that Correa qualifies.
Check swing. And off the facing of the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rollins, an opposite field home run yesterday. Breaks his bat. Nefi Perez will have to hurry. Got him.
Well, another broken bat. The thing on Correa was that he was not afraid to go inside, and he has certainly proved that this first time through the Phillies lineup. He is sawing off some wood. He just late movement, explosive, and Jimmy Rollins finding out that that ball's a little heavy too.
So right now, Kevin Correa is putting his defense to work. Up high to Tomas Perez. Day off tomorrow for the Giants. The team will head to New York City. 3-game series starting on Tuesday. Out of play. All 3 games in New York will be televised on Fox Sports Net.
He's psyched.
One ball and 1 strike. A bunt, 1 and 2. He missed it. If you start out too soon when you're trying to bunt for a hit and it's not a fastball, sometimes if that pitch is away, you have no chance. Two and 2.
Now, here's what you're talking about. Ball just moved away from Perez. Tried to stay back, tried to get his momentum to first base, tried to do everything at the same time. Missed everything.
Base hit to right field. So a 2-out single for Perez. And that'll bring Brett Myers to the plate. Myers on the year, 6 for 47. Pitch is high.
Pretty good hack right there from Brett Myers. Of course, everybody looks good on a fastball. Sitting in a 1-0 count, looking for something to get what you're looking for, you should put a pretty good hack on it.
Inside, look out, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Just a perfect day for baseball. Wow.
Yeah, this is a beauty.
This whole homestand has just been incredible, the type of weather the Giants have gotten. Day game, night game, it's all been perfect.
And did Myers hold up? He did not.
He's finally got him in a 2-strike situation where he can throw that breaking ball.
Here's the 2-2. Late. And that'll end the inning. No runs a hit. 1 left. It's 0-0.
On the road tomorrow, and they'll be gone for a week. When they come back home, they'll have 6 great games, 3 against the Braves and 3 against the Florida Marlins, who are playing lights out baseball. And those Marlins games, there is still tickets available for the Friday night opener, August 22nd. It's a 7:15 game. You'll be able to see Dontrell Willis, Ivan Rodriguez, Mike Lowell, and also some tickets available for the 105 game on Saturday. So call 510-762-BALL or go to the Giants website at sfgiants.com and get your tickets. Lots of great baseball left.
Nefi Perez, Pedro Feliz, Jorvit Torrealba facing Brett Myers. And Perez has got a base hit on the first pitch. .94-mile-an-hour fastball. He laid it in there, and Nefi said, "I'm jumping on this one." Or he may have said that.
Well, he's up there looking for fastball, and just to get it in first pitch strike, Myers loses the battle. Goes in 94, goes out 103.
Pedro Feliz. Feliz, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs, hitting .228. Torrealba to follow. And a strike. A fastball, no balls in 1 strike. One of those days where it's a good day to pitch and a good day to hit. Which makes this park fair unless you hit it into right center. Oh and 1. Curveball, big bouncer to third. And that's a foul ball.
Well, the Best Damn Sports Show Period's All-Star Summer is continuing this week. They will welcome New Orleans point guard Baron Davis. He'll talk about the Hornets' chances next season. Cal Ripken Jr. will be on. He'll talk about what he's doing since he's been retired. So check it out. Best Damn Sports Show Period only on Fox Sports Net, weeknights at 8 and 10.
Oh and 2. Got him.
Well, I tell you, when he saves that curveball for a 2-strike pitch and the hitter hasn't seen it or doesn't know much about it, you can't even get a swing on it. That's just a good snapper. He's locked up Feliz the same way he locked up Snow.
Get him early. Torrealba hitting .250, a couple of home runs, 23 RBIs. Correa to follow. Perez led off the inning with a base hit. They're in the home half of the 2nd inning. Swinging and a miss. The Marlins and the Phillies coming into today tied in the wild card race, tied for first place. There's a strike. That's the big curveball.
The only guy we've seen have a swing at that breaking ball the first time they've seen it was Edgardo Alfonso when he fouled it off.
Oh, and 2 to Torrealba. There's a pop-up. Right side of the diamond. Polanco making the call and the catch. 2 out.
One thing about Myers' stuff, I mean, you're talking about a fastball that's 92 to 95 miles per hour with some life. He's got good hop with it up in the strike zone. He can pitch up high in the zone and get away with it. He's basically a fly ball strikeout type pitcher. But he will make you get short.
And Correa on the first pitch fouls it out of play.
Just a wee bit tardy.
It's all right. He'll turn it up here. Actually, he's looking for the curveball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one to look for.
Up high. That evens the count. Myers with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He walked Bonds intentionally. And it's up and in, 2-1. Foul bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, he's returned the favor to him. When Correa pitched to Myers, threw him nothing but fastballs and struck him out, and Myers is returning the favor. So far, all 4 pitches have been all 4 fastballs.
Another fastball and another foul ball. And shot just to our right. Two and 2. And there it was, and that ends the inning. 4 strikeouts for Myers. We played 2 innings. 0-0.
As we go to the top of the 3rd inning, one of the reasons why Kevin Correa was the guy the Giants called up to make this emergency start was the fact that he was pitching very well for AAA Fresno. In his last 3 starts for the Grizzlies, Correa had thrown 19 innings, given up just 6 earned runs. He had walked just 2 and struck out 23, so 2 walks, 23 strikeouts in his last 19 innings at AAA Fresno. Pretty good numbers, guys.
Yeah, great numbers. And you never quite know what's going to happen at the big league level, and if you got a stretch of games going where you're pitching well, who knows, you might be in the big leagues. And that is the case with Correa. He is here. Second time around, and Bird pops it up. Perez will go out. Bonds is coming in. Bonds calling Perez off, and he makes the catch.
Let's take a look at our Bank of America higher standard on Marlon Byrd, our National League rookie rankings. And Byrd ranks 5th in batting average, 2nd in doubles, 3rd in runs scored, and 4th in slugging percentage. He has done an outstanding job for Larry Bowa sitting on top of the lineup. Since he's become a leadoff hitter, he is hitting over 400, and his overall on-base percentage, 361. Great numbers for a guy making his debut.
However, I'm not sure it's going to be good enough for Rookie of the Year honors.
I think Dontrell Willis is making a huge claim for that award.
I would agree with you. And Brandon Webb, for that matter, too, is going to get considered. Inside corner strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Some great rookie pitching this year. A lot of good young arms coming up. We've been impressed with it. Giants not without their own rookies who have opened eyes in the National League. Jesse Foppert, Jerome Williams. But today it's Kevin Correa.
2-1 with Abreu to follow. Dustin Hermanson with Matt Hergis and Jim Brower. A base hit to right field, right over Edgardo Alfonso. So Polanco with a one-out single, bringing Bobby Abreu to the plate. So this is where the thunder starts to happen.
This will be an interesting matchup here. Polanco can steal a bag, and Norvi Torrealba has a very strong arm. If Correa can give him any kind of a chance at all to throw out Polanco, should he decide to go, it'll be a fun thing to watch. Torrealba's got a gun.
Well, let's see if he gets a chance to use it. And Correa is going to almost look like he threw a curveball over to JT Snow. Up high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Got to stay on top. If you're going to use that sink that you've got on your fastball, you've got to get in that proper arm slot. He dropped that ball down to a low 3/4 high sidearm delivery, and he immediately lost it upstairs. You got to force himself to stay on top. Utilize that good downward movement you have on your sink, because that's what you're looking for here. A ball to get a couple outs with. Like that.
Down the left field line. That'll be out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Little guy end up with it? Yep.
Found the right guy for that ball.
I mean, I don't think he can see much of the game, can he?
No, but he's protected against foul balls. Bobby Abreu on the year has hit 10 double plays. That's second most on the Phillies team.
Nothing. We're in the 3rd inning. And a strike. It's 1-2.
It's pitcher's friend right there, right now. Correa's trying to get that low strike to get something beaten to the ground. And when your umpire's giving you that knee-high strike, that's a gift. Thank you very much. Go right back down, same location. Still has not thrown the slider in this AB to Abreu. Setting up for a sinker away.
2-2.
It's a good pitch, 1-2, especially in the double play situation.
Abreu with his lead. Correa looking into Torrealba. Perez and Alfonso at double play depth. And now Correa, sensing that maybe Abreu or Polanco may go, he decided to step off. There he is. It's a roving camera. Oldani below us. The 2-2. Bouncing ball. It could be a pair. Perez to Alfonso. Alfonso to Snow. Got him. And I'll tell you what, Edgardo Alfonso hung in there with Polanco all over him. Giants coming up.
Protection play. Pennzoil, we're driving protection. Edgardo Alfonso making a start today at second base. And how about this for a test with Placido Polanco breathing down his neck. He spins the turn at second base, completes the deuce. A nice pivot from Edgardo Alfonso. And I didn't see any rust whatsoever on that one, Duane Kuiper.
Just get out of the way. Here it is. Throw it. Get out of the way. That's it. Nice quick feet.
It's our Pennzoil protection play.
Here's Jose Cruz. Cruz to lead it off. Pitches high. Cruz hit a fly ball to center field in the 1st.
You know he's going to get one of those too when the shortstop had to take it deep position, so his back was almost to the runner. It's just the way baseball works. I mean, think about it. Where else in sport do you have a collision play with your back to the play?
Right. That is exactly right. 2-0 pitch. Think about Joe Montana and Steve Young and those guys. They have big guys blocking for them when they're going to get blindsided.
They can at least yell at them if they're going to get hit.
Strike to Cruz. 3 balls and 1 strike. Snow to follow. There's a rocket. And this one's going to be a base hit. I think Jose Cruz is getting his swing back.
Yes, he is. Really started in the Pittsburgh Pirates series. Every at bat that he had was solid. Every look he had was clean.
It's our little guy right behind home plate doing the introductions. And I think he's trying to get that job from Rennell Brooks Moon. Here's Snow. He struck out looking in the first. Second inning in a row, the Giants with their leadoff hitter aboard. Myers took a long time and then stepped off. JT Snow hitting .269. Tomei holding on. Cruz. So Myers at the belt and a quick throw. I saw you standing next to Jim Tomei today around the batting cage, and you're pretty tall, but he made you look small.
He is a brick.
He is a thick Midwestern boy. He's from Illinois. Here's the pitch to Snow. Swinging a shot down the right field line. That is going to be at least a single. It will be a single. Into third goes Cruz. All right, let's see how this young man does with Marquise Grissom. We think he's going to be a good one. Here we go.
Now batting, number 6. Nine. Marquise Grissom.
Nice job. Outstanding. Here's Grissom.
Well, 6 looks like a 9. It's just upside down. That's all.
Yesterday they had a young man introduce Marquise Grissom, but the young man really wanted to introduce Barry Bonds. So what did he do? He just introduced Barry Bonds. Marquise kind of looked back at him like he was hitting out of order. First and third, nobody out. 1-0 to Grissom. They get 2 balls and no strike.
Myers has been able to get that breaking ball over when he's been ahead in the count with 2 strikes, but he hasn't been able to get it over in a fastball count, a 1-0 count or a 2-0 count. So when that happens, dugouts take note and they sit on fastball at fastball counts.
3-0.
Just 1 pitch away from loading them up for Bonds.
Big fella getting loose. 3-0 to Grissom. And a strike right there. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's William Brogan of Burlingame who did the honors today. Nice job, William. 3-1. Here it comes to Grissom. Grissom hits one towards the alley, and this one is going to be cut off but knocked down by Bird. And Grissom's got a double. Snow to third, and guess what? First base is open. Giants lead 1-0.
And Bonds is going to have to take his intentional walk. A 3-1 fastball right up above the belt, out over the plate. That is right to Grissom's strength. A good high ball hitter. Stays inside it beautifully, finds the gap in right center. That's the good news.
Well, Larry Boa just informed everybody what his intentions were. So Bonds is thinking 3-0 that he's got a chance to hit with the bases loaded. And he's going to be walked intentionally, although I'm sure Barry Bonds very happy it's 1-0. This will be the second time in this game.
About time for the chicken man out there in left center.
And the walk. There he is.
There's the dog. He said it stinks. That is some kind of Giants fan right there. He's got his gang of Giants fans. They come here early and they leave late, and they love baseball. They have fun. Yep. He's not happy. But if you think about it, they're setting it up for a hot hitter. Edgardo Alfonso has been swinging the bat very well.
4 straight, or check that, 3 straight hits, and then the walk to Bonds. And it's Snow, Grissom, and Bonds on board for Edgardo Alfonso. Breaking ball misses, 1-0. So he's starting to throw it early now.
And he hasn't gotten it over. So from the Giants' perspective, unless you have to swing at that thing, spit on it, because he's not getting it over him. First pitch counts and fastball counts.
1-0. Another breaking ball and a base hit. Snow will score, and they're going to hold up Grissom, and it's a good thing. It's 2-0, and the bases stay loaded.
Now you know you're swinging it good. You beat a guy's best pitch on a 1-0 count. Brett Myers shook off Mike Lieberthal. He wanted to come back with the curveball. And Edgardo Alfonso gets a breaking ball in the strike zone and goes right back up the middle. Again, defensive scenario for a hitter there. If you try to get long, if you try to get greedy with the bases loaded, a lot of times you're going to get jammed. You're going to swing through it. I mean, it looked to me like he was in a 2-strike mode going back up the middle, and he beat it. Nice at bat.
Perez single in the second, and it's in the dirt, and this scoots away, and Grissom got a good jump. He'll score. It's 3-0. Marquise Grissom all over that one.
Still nobody out. It's one Mike Lieberthal is going to really be frustrated with, and that ball just ate him up. That's a sinker that just exploded on him. And Marquise Grissom, anticipating that, got off to a quick start, an easy scamper in.
1-0 to Perez. Mayfield Perez hitting in the 6th spot in the lineup. Phillies to follow. 2 balls and no strikes, and now we get activity in the bullpen, and it's Carlos Silva.
Larry Boa set the defense in middle depth.
Two balls and no strikes. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. And a strike. 3-1.
Taking all the way as well he should.
And the walk, so they stay loaded.
Boy, Brett Myers, who was on cruise control the first couple innings in this ball game, has hit a big snag, and the Giants could break this thing wide open right now.
I guess they stay loaded would not be the proper way of putting it. They're back to being loaded. Pedro Feliz struck out looking in the second. And a big breaking ball and a good one, and it's 0-1.
Really staying away from Feliz's tendency. They know he likes that first pitch fastball. He will sit fastball this whole at bat until he gets to 2 strikes.
Here's the 0-1. And he sees another one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Talked about that earlier in the series, where it's one of the stronger things that Feliz has done this year to turn himself around and develop as a hitter, is that he now stays focused to what he's looking for.
Curveball popped up. Tomey giving chase. And this one's going to fall down into the bullpen. It's 1-2.
Boy, Barry Bonds locked in the go position there over at third base. He knew if that ball was caught, he was going to have an excellent chance to score.
I think he'd have walked in.
I do too. Get right back on the bag, foul territory, and he knows anybody catches that ball, he's gone. Gene Glenn, third base coach. Bonds on the base paths, you don't have to do a lot of coaching.
Got him. So that's the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Stay with the breaking ball the whole at bat. 4 pitches, 4 hooks. And here's the payout pitch. Drops a little breaking ball in the outside corner. Received nicely there by Lieberthal to get the strikeout. Second time Feliz got called out on strikes on that curveball.
Torrealba try to get another run in for the Giants. Breaking ball and a strike.
Brett Meyer not pulling out any fastballs here. He's just loading up with breaking balls. Pitching for strikeouts.
Look out. A base hit. Bond scores. Here comes Alfonso. He's going to score. It's 5-0.
One too many curveball. Keep throwing them. Sooner or later, they're going to start looking for them. And if you don't have good location with them, they're just hanging bangers. It's right up there at the belt. And again, a disciplined approach. The same approach we saw Alfonso have. He sat breaking ball, beat it up the middle. Torrealba does the same thing. It's a good, disciplined at bat. The Giants are having a big inning because of him. Right now, we can ask our Aflac trivia question, and we shall. Our question today: who holds the San Francisco era record for most RBIs in a game against the Phillies?
Here's Kevin Correa, and he's going to bunt this one foul. Sunday, Giants needed a win in Cincinnati, right?
Yep.
In the 3rd inning, they scored 6 runs. Here in the 3rd, they've scored 5. On Sunday, it was Dustin Hermanson who picked up the win. Correa takes it high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Dustin Hermanson, his outing last Sunday earned him another start yesterday. And again yesterday through 5 2/3 good inning, good pitching, not a couple runs. Keep having outings like that, you keep getting outings. The way it works.
The 1-1 to Correa. And he takes a strike. 1-2. Kid looking down at Gene Glenn for the bunt sign. Let's see if he got it. He didn't. Doesn't matter. This one's going to the backstop. And that ball just went in and out of the glove of Lieberthal. That should be a pass ball.
Lieberthal's having a rough inning. The Giants wanted to give up an out to move up the runners. Well, they get him moved up for free here. Just a big old hanging breaking ball that goes up and in.
Like a knuckleball, or the way he went after it.
It's Lieberthal in the glove. Now they have to move the infield in.
Curveball, and that's a strikeout. That's 6 strikeouts. And here's Cruz, who led this inning off with a single, so he'll bat for the second time. Cruz now a chance to knock in a pair. And it's low, a breaking ball. The Giants' first 5 hitters in this third inning have scored. One and 0. Full foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
A little changeup. Haven't seen many of those. Pretty much like we talked about the scout report on Myers, was he's going to throw fastballs and curveballs, and that's what he's featured all day long. Just a couple of exceptions, and those being the changeups.
1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging a foul to the backstop. 1-2.
Not a bad changeup. Came right back with it. If you can throw a changeup 2 times in a row, you've got a good enough changeup to throw it any time.
So now Cruz will have to at least think about the fact that he might see a breaking ball. A bit high. 2-2.
That last pitch, number 68.
And Myers might be asking of this inning.
It might feel like it. And remember, that curveball takes a lot out of your arm. He's thrown a ton of them this inning.
2-2 pitch. Up and in. 3-2. There's Snow to follow.
The last pitch for Myers, his 38th of the inning.
3-2 pitch. Cruz pulls it on the ground. A big hopper to Tome, and that will do it. 5 runs for the Giants. We've played 3 innings. It's 5-0 San Francisco.
How teams approach Giants left fielder Barry Bonds, and it's been interesting how the Phillies have done it this year. If you look back to their first series between these 2 teams at Veterans Stadium in late April, Bonds went 1 for 11 with 0 walks. So far in this series, he's 3 for 5 with 6 walks. Guys.
Interesting. Thanks, Glenn. First pitch to Tome is a breaking ball in for a strike. Well, it didn't help that off of Mesa, he hit one 895 feet. Another strike, and it's 0-2. And Larry Bowa is probably thinking, I'm not going to see that again.
And the way they pitched him in Philadelphia was according to situation. And he never really came up in a scenario where he could tie the ball game or put him ahead.
Got him.
Good breaking balls. Kevin Correa has got it going right now, folks. I mean, just late nastiness right there. And you're talking about a guy who does strike out a lot, but he can beat good pitches. And for a young arm, you turn around a hitter as established as Tome, that gives you confidence.
Lieberthal takes high. Lieberthal popped out to J.T. Snow to end the first inning, and that was with runners on first and second. Kevin Correa. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
San Diego kid loves to surf. And from what my son tells me, He's lights out.
One ball and one strike. 2-1.
At the school, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Low. 3-1. To follow is Pat Burrell. We're in the 4th inning. Full foul. Look out.
Watch your lips.
Kid stood up. He was going to make the play, and he went right back down again.
Little guy's got his ears tucked in his head. There's a guy who almost got smoked. Not used to seeing balls come at you that hard.
3-2 to Lieberthal. Look out. And now Stan Connie getting out of the way. I haven't seen Stan run that fast since he was trying to catch his wife Nancy.
That's right. Well, Stan knows that anything hitting the dugout's an ugly fighter. He's not going to let her find him. Too much verbal abuse goes with that.
Here's the payoff. Breaking ball, and he pulled it foul. Three and two. And a base hit for Lieberthal as he punching over the head of Feliz.
Let's take a look at our Bank of America higher standards, and we're taking a look at Pat Burrell, and we're going to look at his home runs by directions, and he is a pull hitter. So 12 of his 16 home runs hit to left field, just 1 to right field. The 2 he hit yesterday, which were huge in yesterday's ball game. One tied score, the other one put the Phillies ahead by 2. They both went to left field.
Low. 1 ball and no strike. Phillies with 4 hits. They had a single in every inning. Full foul. That is in the first row right behind the dugout. I would say, folks, heads up down the left field line.
That guy's glove is bigger than he is.
It is.
Bigger than one out left center.
He could put his whole family in that glove.
He could at least cover his head.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Correa just pounding the inside corner.
1 and 2.
All right, Mom.
Hey.
Yep. She's going to kill you.
1 ball and 1 strike. In the dirt. I believe I said 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 2 and 2. The scoreboard is wrong here at the ballpark. Kevin Correa. And the pitch. Pulled foul. He reached out and hooked that one.
See, I think that's the one thing the Phillies want this guy to do is use the whole field. He's big and strong enough to hit him out to right field. You saw his distribution of home runs. 12 of his 16 going out to left. And he hooked that one.
Base hit. So back-to-back singles here in the 4th inning. And the hitter's Jimmy Rollins, who grounded out to Nefi Perez in the 2nd. Mets and Diamondbacks. Mets leading 2-1. That game is in the 3rd inning. Cubs are leading the Dodgers 3-1 in the 5th. Pop up. Could be playable. Nafi, Perez, and Feliz. And it's Perez who makes the catch. Not an easy play, and Perez got over there to help out Pedro Feliz. We could see the route that Feliz was taking, and he wasn't going to catch it.
No, he was going to be about 20 yards short. And Nafi was playing over there in double play death, so he had to run a long way. You see the reroute right there from Feliz. His first movement was wrong.
Well, what you do is you put your head down for a bit, try to anticipate where the ball is going to go. And he was right, except the wind took it a bit, and where he would have come up short. And here's Tomas Perez. Strike to Perez, who singled in the 2nd.
Perez, good high ball hitter. He's having a good road trip.
Ricky Leday has grabbed a bat, so he's in the on-deck circle. Should Perez extend the inning? And it's not likely that's going to happen as Alfonso throws out Perez. 2 left standing. Big fellas are coming up. It's 5-0 Giants.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants.
All right, time now for our Aflac trivia question. Who holds the San Francisco Giants record for most RBI in a game against the Phillies? That would be a San Francisco Giants record. Will Clark, 7 RBI. It happened at the Vet, and it happened on July 14th, and we were there.
Yes, we were.
Here's JT Snow. Snow, who singled in the 3rd inning. 1 of 5 hits for the Giants in the 3rd. Takes a pitch low and away, 1-0. 2-0.
I think Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach for the Phillies, is calling more changeups from Myers as he was getting really 2-pitch-itis. Fastball, curveball, that's all he was featuring.
Snow off the end of the bat, lifts one to left. Burrow coming in. Glasses down, Burrow backpedaling, and he makes the catch.
Ooh, that wasn't easy. Just a wrestle job. Remember, the last 20 feet or so of a fly ball, they're going to drift, and they're going to drift away from home plate. It is not a comfortable play if you're in the outfield today looking up at that sun.
Grissom, 2 doubles in this game. And he hits one high to center field. A good ride. Bird back. And on the track, he makes the catch. 2 outs. And here's Bonds, who will get to at least stand in the box and maybe swing for the first time. Bonds has been walked intentionally twice. Low, 1-0.
Trying to pound that outside knee-high locator with a sinker. Bonds looking for the mistake up.
2-0.
2-0 count. The fans are already starting to get booish.
There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gary Varsho sitting next to Larry Boa, and Bonds takes low. 3-1. Myers now working quickly. The big shift is on. And the 3-1 to Bonds. Breaking ball, swinging and a miss. 3-2.
A 3-1 hook, certainly not a giveaway in a fastball count. 3-1, not with Bonds up there, and that is a nasty 3-1 hook. That's about as good a hook as you could throw a 3-1 count.
If he throws it again. He does, and look out. And that's a bullet down the right field line. Bonds is going to go around the bag at first, and he'll have a double.
Guy can hit. Absolute pure hitter. You may fool him once, but you're not going to fool him twice, not even with a good curveball. Asked him about 2 strikes ago, do you guess breaking balls? He goes, no, I just react. He's got a little bit of hang time to it. He had to drop in the strike zone. And Bonds just smokes it right down the line. Jim Thome never had a chance. Watch Thome at first base. By ya.
Here's Alfonso, struck out in the first, and then with the bases loaded, singled to knock in a run in the third. So Bonds at second. 8 hits now for the Giants. And Alfonso takes a strike. Myers with 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. On the ground, and Thome off his chest. He'll recover to throw to Myers to get the out. And that'll do it. The Giants leave 1. And we'll head to the 5th. It's 5-0 Giants.
Well, join Hall of Famer Juan Marichal, Tom Haller, Mike McCormick, Felipe Alou, and our partner Duane Kuiper and other Giants alumni on this Giants 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise, November 15th through the 22nd.
Punto with a base hit to left field on the first pitch. Nick Punto, the pinch hitter. So on 1 pitch, Kevin Correa into the stretch, just like that.
Fernando Cepeda, we've heard Kuiper has been joined now to that alumni group on the Golden Princess Tour.
Yeah, he was on the last cruise and enjoyed it. Didn't get a chance to finish some of his stories, so he's coming back. Here's Marlon Byrd. Byrd is 0 for 2. Punto at first and a strike to Byrd. Five nothing Giants. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Just another good breaking ball. I mean, he's had a good snapper, and hasn't been as big as Brett Myers, but it's been a good, quick little slider.
And he got him. Third strikeout. Jason Schmidt, who was due to start today, but could not talk himself into making the start. Well, he couldn't talk Felipe Alou or Dave Righetti into making it. He will pitch on the next road trip. Here's Polanco. Polanco 1 for 2. And then it's Bobby Abreu. Great looking crowd, terrific weather. And another sellout. In tight. And Polanco just got out of the way. Polanco got hit the other night by Matt Herges. He didn't like it at all.
No. Got him in the left tricep. That is the unhappy zone.
Outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
That's the one spot you rub. Although he didn't rub it, but he wanted to. See, I think eventually they're just going to start putting pads out there on guys' uniforms just to cover up that tricep area.
2-0. Look out. 3 balls and no strikes. And now Torrealba is going to go out and talk to Correa.
Be a pretty simple talk. He's going to say, hey, check out the scoreboard, Rook. You got a 5-run lead. You don't have to be corner pitching all the time. Every once in a while, you got the challenge to make them swing that bat to hit their way on. Let's go. Fastball's good. You got to trust it. Now the Giants head out to New York tomorrow, and they'll open up a 3-game road trip stand against the New York Mets, and they'll all be televised on Fox Sports Net. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every game starting at 4 o'clock, so join us.
Yeah, there's a rumor they actually have chairs now in the TV booth.
I'll believe when I see it.
Used to have to stack folding chairs. It's high. He walks Polanco, so here come the big fellas. Dave Righetti's coming out.
Now the last pitch, I think he's going to be able to make a mechanical adjustment on it, or at least a suggestion to try and correct, because Correa sort of pushed the last fastball. He kind of aimed it, and you can't do that. So Righetti would just go out and say, look, pick your target up. Make sure you finish off your pitches. Stay short. Get on top and drive through. Do not push that fastball. You lose it high. You don't want to lose one high here to the guys who, if they make contact on a high pitch, that's when you get hurt. Correa's strength is down around the knees. That's where he gets his downward movement. And he's looking for one now. And he's got the right guy in the box. So Abreu will hit into a double play. Did so earlier in the third. His 11th of the year.
Punto is at second. At first is Polanco. Abreu is walked and he's hit into a double play. 1-0.
Still a good miss. At least made the adjustment to get the ball back down around the knees where he needs to be.
Correa looks to second. Fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, bring them out when they're small. Get them used to the yard. And then put some orange and black on it.
You bet. He's going, Dad.
They look to second in the pitch. Here's a strike, and it's 1-2.
A little backdoor slider. That's almost a perfect pitch. Knee high in the outside corner. This is one Abreu hadn't seen until now, and he just steals strike 2. Now the Torrealba, the decision. Do you try and go back out there again? Do you drop the slider off the plate inside of his back foot? Or do you pound him with a sinker down below and hope he chases or hits it into the ground?
Phillies can't get it. It rolls into left field, and the Phillies are on the board. It's 5-1. Thought that one went right into the glove of Pedro Feliz, but he came up short.
Nice 2-strike at bat. They tried to backdoor him again and got a little high there right around the belt, just past the outstretched arm of Feliz. He catches this ball. He's got a chance for 2. He can't quite come up with it.
All right, plot thickens.
Still nobody loose in the Giants bullpen.
Tomei is singled and he struck out. Out of play down the left field line. It's 0-1.
Tomei doesn't hit into a lot of double plays because he's got a little loop in his swing, a little lift. I mean, he's the guy that puts the ball in the air. He didn't put it on the ground a lot.
Here's the 0-1. Just off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Threw that away from the target. Torrealba won that thing in the inside corner.
Here's the 1-1 to Tomei. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Felipe Alou being very patient with Kevin Correa.
Well, he has to. He needs Correa to get some innings thrown today. Bullpen's a little chewed on.
Two and one. 2-2.
Oh. He went right into the Dragon's den there. A fastball up, and he gets a swing through. And you get one strike there. I don't know if you go back up there and try it again. You're better off to go down and in with a hard slider and hope he chases out a strike zone low.
Got him there. Throw to third. No, Phillies missed the tag. The throw beat him, and here comes Felipe.
Boy, Polanco. I'm not sure if it was a sign because the back runner, Abreu, didn't move at first base. So either Polanco missed the sign and went when he wasn't supposed to go, or Abreu didn't follow up and he missed the sign. Because this would have taken the Phillies right out of the inning. The swipe tag right there from Feliz, and he missed Polanco. So a big mistake from Feliz. Nice throw from the knees. Santiago like. It was Torrealba who threw the strike right to Feliz. You can't throw any better than that. That's a dart.
You know what? It's the right call. I've never believed in if the ball beats you, you're out. Tag the guy.
Well, Jerry Meals believes the same way you believe. It's going to cost the kid some more pitches.
Lieberthal pops it into center field. Grissom coming in. Got it. So, one run. Should have been worse. And the Giants lead 5-1.
Tickets, but you still want to get close to the action, then you can charter the McCovey Cove Patrol presented by Budweiser. You can do it with family and friends, and you can watch the Giants telecast from McCovey Cove. Pre-game, in-game, and post-game charters are available, and they include exclusive use of the boat, 2 levels including spacious dining and lounge areas. Catering is there, and a professional bunch of crew members there to assist you. Call 866 Cove Patrol for more information.
There it is. All look like they're having a good time. Carlos Silva, the new pitcher, and Perez out of play in the first pitch. No balls in 1 strike. Direct connect to the bullpen brought to you by Nextel. The numbers for Carlos Silva: 3-1 with a 4.95 ERA.
He throws hard. He's got a good sink. There's a lot of sinkers. Got a little slider to go with it.
Perez thought about bunting, but he was way out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was a changeup.
Pedro Feliz to follow. Lifted. Foul. 2 rows back on the left field line. Myers ended up with 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 runs, earned 8 hits, 4 innings pitched. One and 2. Perez breaks his bat, and it's a foul ball down the right field line. It's a good looking boat out in McCovey Cove.
Yeah, it is. What is that?
It's a flying saucer that landed out in McCovey Cove.
What is this?
Pitch is high to Perez. Two and 2. Big chopper behind the bag. Rollins. He'll have to hurry. He does, and they just get Perez. One out.
I'm not sure Perez ever touched the bag. Not that it made a difference.
Here's Pedro Feliz, who's happy that Myers is out. He caught him looking twice. bit outside, 1-0.
Yeah, Silva does not have that big curveball that Myers had. Of the 6 strikeouts that Myers had, 5 of them were called strike threes with that curveball. It's a good one. Silva has more of a softer break right there. A little slider.
Moving back is Polanco. Rollins now being called off by Polanco. 2 outs. And Torrealba's going to hit. He knocked in a pair of runs with a single in the 3rd. 25 RBIs for Yorvit Torrealba. Sidney Ponson next to Rich Aurelia. Dr. Rich Aurelia yesterday and today. And he is feeling real good. He played catch yesterday.
Took some balls off the tee. Still has quite a bit of discoloration around his belly button where they went in to take out his appendix. A couple of scars. But he says, I think I'm going to come back sooner than what they think. Which would be great news. Kirk Reeder also had 2 thumbs up. No soreness through any of his throwing sessions. He's about ready to get on a mound. He's been taking all of his throws on flat ground. He's doing well.
1-2 now to Torrealba.
And the other good news was from Jason Christensen, who left the field yesterday. There was concern in his elbow, but after sleeping on it, he says that he doesn't think it's going to be any big deal, and he's planning on throwing on Tuesday.
Torrealba holds up. 2-2. Ponson, by the way, will pitch the opener in New York. Robin and Christensen.
Well, he should open up an East Coast swing series because he's used to the humidity.
That's right.
I've always thought that when you play on the West Coast and you head out the Midwest or the South or the East in the summertime, you're disadvantaged that first game. It takes you about a couple days to get acclimated to the humidity and the heat.
He walked him. Good take by Torrealba. And Correa's going to hit. And following Ponson, it'll be Williams and Fopper. Williams will pitch game 2 and then Fopper. Correa, a big swing and a miss.
I want to see those shades on Jerome Williams again. Now, where did you get those?
Foul back, 0-2.
But when you're 21 years old and you're in the big leagues, you got to be a style dog. And he's working it right there.
It's the first thing they give you when you're old enough to wear glasses in Hawaii is sunglasses. Correa with a big swing and a miss. And we've played 5. It's 5-1 Giants.
To the ballpark, everybody. 5-1 Giants. The Philadelphia Phillies right now have a half-game lead over the Florida Marlins for the top spot in the National League wild card race. The Marlins lost their game today 5-4. Phillies trying to get to the postseason for the first time in 10 years. In fact, the Phillies have made the playoffs just one time in the last 19 years. That was back in 1993 when they won the NL East, but they would lose the World Series that year to the Blue Jays. Big home run in that World Series, I believe, guys.
Yeah, I think the former Giant did have a big home run in that series. Here's Pat Burrell. Burrell, it's a towering pop-up into center field for Grissom. And Grissom's going to make the catch.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's what the kid needed. Been doing a lot of stretch time in this game.
Here's Jimmy Rollins, 0 for 2. Talking about Joe Carter.
Joe Carter off Mitch Williams.
Low to Rollins.
Joe Carter took the last at bat for the Giants in 1998 in that one-game playoff against the Cubs in Chicago. Popped up. And the Cubs celebrated like it was a world championship.
Yeah, they did. In fact, you and I'll never forget on the team bus trying to get through the crowd to get to the airport. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out of play, 2-2. Mark Gardner started that game for the Giants, and it was Steve Traxel who beat the Giants. Traxel will pitch in game 2 of the series coming up in New York for the Mets. 3-2 now to Rollins.
See, I think we should bring Mark Gardner back to pitch that game.
I think he no-hit him through 5 or 6 innings.
It was a good pitching duel.
Souvenir headed to the upper deck.
I want to say Traxel gave up 1 hit that game, but he had like 6 walks.
Yeah.
He never threw the ball off the corner the whole night.
I think Brent Maine got the first hit. 3-2. Lifted to left. Bonds battling the sun, and he makes the catch.
Oh man.
And Pat Burrell will be the only one that'll tell everybody how tough a catch that was.
Yeah, that was a big league wrestling match right there. Get up, cover your face. And he couldn't even get a glove up to block his eyes, and you can see the reflection of the sun in the glasses. And I'm not sure how much of that ball he ever did see, but he makes the play.
Tomas Perez, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Correa looking for his first 1-2-3 inning today.
Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike, 15 hits in the game, 7 for the Phillies, 8 for the Giants. Difference in this game, the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Giants scored 5 times. Foul right past the on-deck circle. It's 1-2. Tyler Houston is in the on-deck circle. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of play is Perez stayed with a breaking ball. And that's where it ended up. 1-2. Up high. Mets and Diamondbacks are tied 2-2. That is not the foul pole, folks.
No. There's a mast out there on one of the sailboats.
Right past John Vukovic. Chad Zerbe activated today, making the play. There it is. Now, just by looking at that, wouldn't you think that you'd start to sway it a little bit and that would be it? You'd go?
Oh, yeah. See, you would do that. I would not do that.
2-2 pitch. And a little dribbler foul.
She is a gamer.
See, I'd get up there and then I wouldn't know how to get down.
Yeah. Good seat, though. Nobody in front of you.
Good cut by Perez. 2-2.
Good battle right here.
Now, we had a little rough one yesterday. That would be me and you.
They finally had to drop the cell. This boat almost got blown over. It was howling yesterday. You could see the Whitecaps out there in the bay. Fortunately, they did get rid of the sail and managed to steady the boat.
Up high, 3-2. Yeah, the one farmer that decided to get on a boat yesterday, and that's what happened. There it is.
And they dropped the sail.
Payoff pitch coming up to Perez. He lines it foul.
That last pitch, number 10 in this matchup. Tomas Perez, Kevin Correa.
Phillies will charge it. He will get rid of it in time, and that'll end the inning. So on Correa's 110th pitch, he gets the ground ball, and the Giants lead 5-1. Well, it's called Beyond the Glory, Mike Tyson. And if you think you've seen everything on Mike Tyson, think again. Tonight at 9, Fox Sports Net brings you part 1 of Mike Tyson, a Beyond the Glory 2-hour special event. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Silva will face Jose Cruz. 5-1 Giants. Bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch is low. Cruz is 1 for 3. Hit twice in the 3rd inning. Led off the inning with a single and eventually scored and grounded out to end the inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cruz. Swinging a rope headed towards the alley. It'll bounce in front of Bird as he cuts it off, and Cruz has got his 2nd hit.
He's heating up. Let's take a look at what's on tap for the Giants on TV, brought to you by Corona. And the Giants, as we mentioned, head to New York tomorrow. They open up a 3-game stand in Shea Stadium against the Mets. All 3 games at 4 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All 3 games on Fox Sports Net.
See that FSN? You know what that means?
No.
Mike and Duane wear a tie.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah, unless it's 111 degrees.
Here's Snow. Snow is 1 for 3. Snow on the ground, and it's Polanco for 1, and Rollins makes it a double play. Very nicely done.
Very nicely done indeed. Remember, the snow does not run together too well, so they knew they had some time. Rollins avoids contact from Cruz, and lots of time to get the back ender.
Here's Grissom, who takes a strike. Here's the 0-1 to Marquise Grissom, and it's low. Mike, here's an example of how if you're a shortstop, you cannot anticipate a good throw. That throw was supposed to be to the outside of the bag. It turned out to be inside of the bag. On the ground to 3rd. Perez to Tomei to end the inning. 7th inning coming up here at the ballpark is Matt Hergis is coming in. It's 5-1. Well, the Giants will be back in town, and when they come back in town, it'll be the Florida Marlins, and there are good seats available on August 22nd and 23rd. That's a Friday and Saturday, and we've had beautiful weather, terrific baseball. 510-762-BALL, or go to the sfgiants.com and order your tickets. This homestand sold out, as was the last one. His numbers for Hergis: a 2.55 ERA, and he's facing Ricky Leday, the pinch hitter. So Hergis to Leday, and it's inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Torrealba set up on the outside corner. That ball went across the plate to the inside corner. Could easily have been called a strike. Burgess has outstanding stuff. A 90 to 94 mile an hour fastball with lots of sink. He'll throw lots of ground balls. Curveball, good changeup.
There's a strike. So Ricky Leday. I saw Ricky Leday a lot in Philadelphia when they played the Phillies at Veterans Stadium, but he's been coming off the bench in this series.
He was swinging it good. In fact, that no-hitter that Kevin Millwood threw, the one run they got was a home run off the bat of Ricky Leday. Jose Mesa started to get ready as he will pitch the bottom of the 7th.
Off the end of the bat, hit to right field for Cruz. He's going to get there and make the catch. Here's Marlon Byrd. Byrd against Correa was 0 for 3. Burgess pitched her on Friday night, went 2 innings, 2 strikeouts. And the pitch, low and away. Scott Ayers starting to play catch in the bullpen. 1 ball to no strikes, 7th inning. Right there to even the count.
Burgess made a little arm correction there. His first pitch at the at-bat, he kind of came across his body, and Torrealba let him know immediately. And the 1-0 fastball, he came right back and took his hand and threw it right towards his target. Corrected it.
2-1.
Usually if a guy doesn't throw a ball, he knows he's not in the right slot, and he usually knows how to correct it. And the same thing with the hitter. Hitter doesn't put a good swing on. If he pulls out that front side, he knows it, and then they can make a correction off it.
Sharply up the middle and past Alfonso for a base hit.
It also helps to have a catcher that lets you know if you come out of your slot. Watch Torrealba after first pitch in the at-bat. Comes across his body, and Torrealba, watch his arm. He's telling him, hey, keep that front shoulder in. You're coming across your body. They can see it. They let you know right away. So in essence, a good catcher is a bit of a pitching coach as well. If you're doing something mechanically wrong and he sees it, he'll jump your back to get you right back into a slot.
Plus, I guess, keep it simple, huh?
Yeah.
Polanco 1 for 2, a single and a walk. And a strike, and it's 0-1. It was Polanco that Burgess hit on Friday night. Oh and 1. A bit low and away. So the Giants and Felipe Alou get 6 innings out of a kid who until today threw 1 1/3 innings in the big leagues, and those innings were in Colorado in a mop-up game.
Yeah, in less than 150 professional innings in his career. I mean, Correa really threw well today.
And Polanco fighting that one off. 1 and 2.
One thing you'd have to say about Correa today, the way that he threw, is that he ain't afraid. I mean, he was loose. He was finishing off his pitches early in the game. When if the kid's going to be amped up on adrenaline, that's when he's going to be tight. That's when he's going to stand up and not finish off his throws. But he was really loose. Got a real loose shoulder, good arm action, good pitch performance, lots of sink, good bite in that slider. He'll be back.
A bit high, 2 and 2.
You were talking about Torrealba letting Matt Herges know that he was pulling his shoulder out. It's amazing as to how similar the mechanics of pitching and the mechanics of hitting are. And one thing that is absolutely similar is what you want to do with your front shoulder when you're starting your swing as a hitter and when you're starting your drive down through your target as a pitcher.
I don't know about that one. Polanco, if he hadn't hit that, it might have hit him.
I'm not sure what part of the bat that thing hit. It couldn't have been too far above his thumbs. That ball just bore right in on him. And remember, like you said, Friday night he got drilled. That just took off after him.
Wow.
You're right. If he doesn't hit that thing, it hits him.
Right in the belly button. 2-2. And a pop-up. Torrealba is going to make the call and the catch. And that ball again ran in on Polanco.
Polanco's got to be yelling out of Herges, man. Get out of my kitchen. And that's what Herges' fastball will do. I mean, when it gets up around the belt, it just bores hard into a right-hander. That's a heat-seeking fastball. And boy, again, he get right back in a quick bat's kitchen. Nice pitch.
Here's Bobby Abreu. Abreu is 1 for 2. Knocked in a run with a base hit in the 5th inning. Low. 1 ball and no strikes. Joe Nathan and Scott Air in the bullpen. There's a strike to Abreu. 1 ball and 1 strike.
See, I love that changeup because you're so fastball conscious against Herges because of all the movement and all the velocity that when he drops his changeup on you, it locks up everybody, including the catcher and the umpire. And he didn't throw it very often, but it is just a great pitch.
Here's the 1-1. It's very high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Plus, it makes that fastball look a lot faster. Now, he's got some weapons to get you out. Great add to the Giants bullpen this year.
The 2-1 pitch coming up to Bobby Abreu. And a late call, strike 2 and 2.
Front door sinker. Paints that inside corner. Abreu had given up on it. The movement came right back in an inside corner. Left-handers hate that pitch call from a right-handed sinker baller. He might go right back in there again. You watch Herges, and you can't help but reminding of the way he throws so much like Billy Swift. Same type of stuff, same type of build.
Yep. As our guys sit in the truck, a dedicated fan indeed.
He takes his orange and black serious.
And sliding back is Marlon Byrd. Giants are 40 and 18 at home, and they want to make it 41 today. And he got him with the changeup, and that will end the inning. 7th inning coming up here at Pac Bell Park. It's 5-1 Giants.
I love that pitch. All right, it's time for Carl's Jr. in your face. We go back to game 1 in this series when Jose Mesa was teed up against Bonds. It was a 3-0 count, 2 men on, 4-1 ball game. And Bonds did this, an in-your-face splash hit that stunned everybody in the ballpark, going deep into the cove. And we think that's worthy of a look back. We say, hey, Jose Mesa, that's your Carlos Jr. in your face, meet.
There you see the numbers for Mesa. 21 saves. He's not getting those opportunities anymore. He's got 24 opportunities. And it'll be the Mesa Bonds matchup.
Well, in that game Friday night, the first two pitches that Mesa threw were 94-mile-an-hour fastballs that cut into Bonds and almost hit him. And when the count went 3-0, he challenged with a strike, and Bonds made him pay. So I bet he goes right back inside with a fastball. Let's see.
And I think that's where Bonds is looking for. And they're going in. And he gets the strike, and it's 0-1. On deck, Alfonso. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Barry Bonds has walked twice and he's doubled. And he hammers this one foul.
Hey, if you're going to go inside the Bonds, you've got to make a perfect pitch. You talk about a quick bat. I mean, that was a perfect location, and Bonds still hammered it.
One and two. They're going to go in again. Bonds digs it out and pops it out of play.
Just missed that one. See, the thing that's amazing about that location is how he could still have a top hand dominant swing through the fastball at the belt on the inside corner. I mean, he just stays inside that pitch. We always talk about how he hits them down the right field line and they don't hook. That's how you do it.
1 and 2. In the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bonds is upped his average to .337. Right now Mesa taking a lot of time before he throws this 2-2 pitch. And they're coming in. Pulls it foul. And it stays 2-2.
It's a good battle right here. I mean, Mesa keeps throwing a duck on the outside part of the plate, a little softy something that's not even close, but then he comes right back in at the belt with his best gas.
Two and 2. Bonds doubled off of Myers in the 4th. And away from his target, it's now 3 and 2.
That slider he's throwing is not even close.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Big shift is on for Bonds. In shallow right field is Polanco. And here it comes. Swinging a high pop-up. Who's going to have to deal with this one? It's going to be Rollins, and Rollins will make the catch. So a good matchup won by Mesa. And that'll bring up Edgardo Alfonso. Alfonso 1 for 3, knocked in a run in the 3rd inning. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Alfonso takes low and away.
The slider. Macy has not thrown anything for a strike other than a fastball.
Here's the 1-0. In tight, 2 balls and no strikes. Nathy Perez on deck. Goldani checking out the warning track. Good shot of the outfield. 2-0 to Alfonso. 3-0.
Lou would love to get another couple runs just to calm things down here.
And he walks Edgardo Alfonso. And the hitter will be Nathy Perez.
Giants had a 4-run lead yesterday, and it wasn't enough as the Phillies fought back, tied it up late in the ball game, and won it in extra innings. And I'm sure yesterday's ball game is still left a taste in the mouth of Felipe Alou. Managers don't forget those comeback losses.
Phillies will go home and play Milwaukee for 3 and St. Louis for 3. And then they go on the road for 2 weeks. Perez, it's a pop-up. This is playable. At third is Perez. And Tomas Perez makes the catch. There are 2 outs for Pedro Feliz. In the exchange, Tomas Perez dropped the ball. So Pedro Feliz, a couple of strikeouts and a pop-up. Phillies, who are right now battling out the Florida Marlins for the wild card race amongst other teams. They will take on the Marlins 6 more times, and all 6 of those games will come during the last 2 weeks of the season. 1-0 to Pedro Feliz. Foul. Big bouncing ball right towards Felipe Alou.
Feliz not happy with that one. He had a good pitch to hit.
Mesa, the 3rd pitcher for Larry Boa. Myers, Silva, and now Mesa. And the 1-1. There's a pop-up. Tommy will move over towards the dugout well and almost got Pete Alonso. There's Pete Alonso. Yeah. You need more than that, Pete.
Not a bad idea, Pete, to wear that all the time.
Yeah. In the mall, driving home, you are a catcher face.
Yes, he is.
And into the glove of Lieberthal, and Feliz with a hat trick today. 7 complete here at the ballpark, and it's a 5-1 lead for the Giants. That a baby, Pete. You the man.
Interview guests of Giants baseball on Fox Sports Net. Receive a gift of Nike eyewear. Wear Nike eyewear.
Joe Nathan is the new pitcher. Nathan. And the Giants have a 4-run lead. It's the Giants 5 and the Phillies 1. 7-3 record this year for Joe Nason, a 3.16 ERA. And here he gets to face Jim Thome, who's 1 for 3, a single and a pair of strikeouts. On the ground up the middle and a base hit. See fastball, let her rip.
Well, you're right. First pitch fastball at 94, and he rips into center field. This guy's trying to get this thing lit. You're supposed to get it lit before you put the meat on there. Meat.
How about the Mike Krukow barbecue class?
I need to talk to this boy.
Well, we can do it after every Thursday afternoon game here at the ballpark. There's a strike.
Yeah, we're taking signups right now.
Just meet all out in McCovey Cove, and heck, we could do that till the sun goes down and have a good time.
First thing he has to do is turn the gas on.
Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball to Lieberthal. 0-2.
Good hook there. I got to believe there's a little extra special on the bullpen being able to close this one out today, because it would mean that Kevin Correa would have his first big league win.
Yeah, plus, first time in a long time, the bullpen really coughed up some runs yesterday. In the dirt. 1-2. So if you're teaching the class, that would be the first thing you would say?
Yeah, first thing. Turn on the gas. He's got a ways to go out there. And then heat the grill up before you put the meat on the grill.
It just sounds like you and I doing our keys to the game.
Got keys to the barbecue.
Oh, that's great.
Pretty good little party going on out there, though.
Here's the 1-2. And did he hold up? He did.
You know, I always thought that any umpire, if they're on their first base or third base line, were a little reluctant to ringing up a catcher. Kind of gave the catcher a little bit more than they give other guys.
That could be true. Could be true. I know it was true with Gary Carter.
Oh, he was a lobbying big dog back there in the squad.
And he knew every umpire's kids' names, grandkids. I remember standing in there thinking, I have no chance, just judging by the conversation he was having with the umpire.
Yeah, and if you had Doug Harvey, the plate umpire that day, it was over. By the 5th inning, Carter was calling the balls and strikes.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think, Gary? Was that a strikeout? 3-2 pitch coming up to Lieberthal. Out of play, right into the hands.
A little emergency swing there. Yep, fight it off at all costs. Stay alive. Live to see another swing.
3-2. On the ground, slowly hit. Perez. They're going to go for the force at second. And let's check in with Len Kuiper.
Thanks, Duane. In our GMC professional grade this afternoon, we are keeping a close eye on Pat Burrell, who's struggled this year, but hit 2 home runs yesterday. So far today, he is 1 for 3 with a line single to left field. In the series, he is 4 for 8. Duane and Mike, Pat Burrell may be the difference in who wins this National League wild card race. If he has a big final 6 weeks of the season, that could be the difference in that race.
You're exactly right. And Larry Bowa is hoping that that may be the case. Outside for a ball, 1-0.
97-mile-an-hour fastball from Joe Nathan. You see the bleached hair look is something that was started by Randy Wolf in Chicago. And one by one, they have sort of fallen in suit. Boy, that buckled him. There's Randy Wolf. Pat Burrell. For Burrell, it represented a new look. A slump buster. Jason Michaels. Tyler Houston. Tomas Perez.
1-2. Well, don't ever start that trend in the booth, will you?
Well, Lou Piniella did it earlier. Said if his team won 3 or 4, he would bleach his hair blonde. They did. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays. He went blonde.
Neifi Perez going out. Neifi Perez making the call and the catch. 2 out. By the way, the situation for Pat Burrell is in the offseason he signed a 6-year contract extension for lots and lots of money. And we do see it from time to time where a player will try to almost justify making that type of money and really struggle the next year.
Yeah, the first big contract a player signs, a lot of guys are uncomfortable with it.
Here's Rollins. You go a couple of days without a hit or even look bad a couple of days, especially in Philadelphia, that's about the first thing you're going to hear from the fans. Oh, and 1 to Rollins. There's a strike, and it's 0-2.
You gotta get the screw behind you, though. They're full jersey.
You to man.
2003 NL championship. Again. Repeat.
You to me.
Anaheim who?
0-2. Got him. And right now, Joe Nathan, the man, is Rollins is tagged out, and that will do it. Giants are coming up. It'll be Torrealba to lead things off. All Giants. Torrealba will lead things off, and he'll be facing Mike Williams. It's 5-1 Giants. Mike Williams, the former closer of the Pirates, now the closer for the Phillies. He's in the spot that Jose Mesa used to have, and Rollins to his left kicks it. Recovers in time to throw Torrealba out. That's what you call staying with it. 1-5 for Mike Williams. Look at the 27 strikeouts, 28 walks. But he's got 25 saves on the year.
Right. He sort of changed his look a little bit since coming over to the Phillies. Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach, has encouraged him to use more fastballs. As you see Andres Galarraga checking in, he'll take his hacks against Mike Williams. Williams in Pittsburgh was a guy you saw 95% sliders. He's got a good one.
Galarraga takes one of those sliders low and away.
When you get so established with one pitch to one side of the plate, the league adjusts to you. And Kerrigan's theory was, you know, you were primarily a middle away guy with a slider, so throw more fastballs and throw them inside.
Here's the 1-0. Galarraga pops one to left. Burrow makes the catch. By the way, Galarraga hit career home run number 395 on Friday night.
He just missed that one.
And here's Cruz. And he hit it to right field, which was big news. Cruz, a couple of hits. Hitting 250. Right now trying to get on board so JT Snow can take a couple of swings. One-0 pitch. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nine hits for both teams. The Giants scored all of their runs in the 3rd inning. Tim Morrell getting loose in the Giants bullpen, and Cruz pulls it on the ground, just foul. And he said it in his last at bat. He's got a pretty good swing going right now.
Yes, he does. He has once again weathered the storm and gotten through another slump. Watch the head stay still through the swing. What kind of look are you giving yourself when you're coming into your swing? That's a good look.
1-2. And this one is hit high into left center field for Bird, and that will retire the side. So Williams has a 1-2-3 eighth inning. And, the ninth inning's coming up.
We're in the top of the ninth inning. Time for our Nissan drive of the game, and we go back to the third inning, and Marquise Grissom steps up, a couple men on. There's no score in the game, and he hits a 3-1 fastball right back up the middle. It gets off of the glove of Marlon Byrd. It goes on to score a run. It was the second double of the game for Grissom. It was our Nissan drive of the game.
All right, there's Tim Morell's numbers. 25 saves, game number 55. Morell did not pitch yesterday. He did not pitch on Friday. Here's the first pitch to Tomas Perez, and it's a strike. Morell picked up save number 25 on Thursday night against the Pirates. That's won that game 7-5. A little flare to left. This could be big trouble, and it is going to be trouble. Perez is going to have a leadoff double on nothing more than a Texas leaguer down the left field line.
Tomas Perez beating a pretty good pitch. Worrell going on that outside corner. Just poking and coming up with gold. A two-bagger.
Tyler Houston will be the pinch hitter.
For Worrell, that run at second base means absolutely nothing. You don't even think about it.
Low to Houston, hitting .268. Couple of home runs, 12 RBIs. There's the strike.
Worrell's going to come in and he's going to work the corners. He'll get you very conscious of the outside part of the plate early in the count, and then if you lean out there and try and cheat on him, he'll pop you on the inside corner late in the count.
Houston up the middle, a base hit. And coming around to score is Perez, a double and a single, and it's 5-2.
And now comes the top of the lineup. Last couple times out there for Worrell, it's been a bit of an adventure.
And Scott Air is going to head down to the bullpen.
Wanted to try to backdoor that little breaking ball, and he left that over the plate. Cost him an earned run.
Bird is 1 for 4. He singled in the 7th. It's 5-2. Outside 1-0. So Worrell, who's pretty automatic 0-1, falls behind. Two 2-0.
One thing Worrell has to do here, he absolutely has to make Bird swing the bat.
There's a strike. Polanco to follow. The 2-1. Inside corner, 2-2.
Nice pitch right there.
Well, that lets everybody know he's willing to come inside.
Yeah, he's very good at planting that fastball in that inside corner too. That's how he closed out the final game of the Pittsburgh series.
And that one was up a bit, and Worrell knew it. 2-2. Cubs beat the Dodgers 3-1 this afternoon. It snaps the 6-game winning streak the Dodgers had going. And Arizona is leading the Mets 5-3 in the 7th. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Bird. Swinging a pop-up. Center field, Grissom now slows down, and he puts it away. So you get that first out, you feel a little better, and here's Polanco.
Finally got that thing lit. We're featuring raw hot dogs and raw hamburgers.
Hey, they're not bad cold.
Sun cooked.
Well, just put lots of condiments on it.
Yeah, sun cooked. You know, you can do that with grapes. I don't know if you can do it with ground round.
Hey, it only took 6 innings for our guys to get that started. 1-0 to Polanco. 2-0. So we're out right back where he was with Marlon Byrd.
Polanco's a guy who hits a lot of balls up the middle. He's a good candidate for a double play. But you got to throw strikes.
And a strike. 2-1.
The thing I like about Worrell, I mean, you never let him see you sweat. That's the old saying, and he doesn't. Just very casually erases the slate. He's prepared to make the next pitch.
And a good pitch. It's 2-2.
2 times he's gone inside. 2 times he's gotten corner strikes. Watch the reception from Torrey Albert. I think he had a lot to do with getting that strike.
2-2. Left field. Bonds coming in. He'll make the catch. 2 out. And here's Abreu. Abreu, couple of strikeouts. Abreu is walked. He's hit into a double play. He's knocked in a run, and he's struck out.
Never gotten hit off of Worrell. 0 for 4. Couple strikeouts, couple ground outs.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. So no stolen base for Houston. Oh and 1. Oh and 2.
Couple of pitches, couple of changeup, couple of strikes.
42,520. They are on their feet. Cheering on their hometown Giants. 0-2 to Bobby Abreu. The man the Giants do not want to have hit in this inning is on deck. Jim Thome. It's 0-2. Here it comes to Abreu. And it's high. He elevated it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Torrey Albert likes that 0-2 pitch above the letters, above the strike zone. That was just a little too high. That's the guy they want to keep in the on deck circle.
1 and 2. Got him, and that's the ball game. So the Giants will go 4-2 on this homestand. And the 2 games that they lost on this past road trip, they pick it up on the homestand. And whatever happens this afternoon, the Giants will maintain at least their 11-game lead in the National League West. So the young kid, Kevin Correa, becomes another terrific story for the Giants.
It really has been. It's been the year of the rookies.
5-2 is the final. We'll have more from Pac Bell Park right after these words. Pac Bell Park, the Giants win it by a final of 5-2.